Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. Once again playing Phoenix Point. So since the last video, not just because I was doing a few videos on Watch Dogs Legion, but just because of the nature of this game, I've run it on a bit more than before. So it's not just that I've healed up the injured people. They're all healed. I also took on a few extra people. This one I got from one of the havens. As I showed you before, you can go to a haven that's got a new training facility and acquire somebody by using food and resources. And I've also armed and armoured a sniper, because a sniper got killed in the last mission and I thought we needed one. So I've done that, and I also got a person from New Jericho who's heavy. You can see they've got a different sort of gun to the others, and just to have a bit of variety, and because I had the resources. Now I did one mission also, which was just a save a haven mission. It wasn't anything special, and like I said, the reason I've run this on a bit is because otherwise all the missions are, if you do too many missions, it's not bad if you're playing the game yourself, but if you do lots of missions of saving havens in the same space of time, they're all kind of the same, because you've not upgraded a lot. So I thought I'd move on a bit so things were a bit different, even if we've upgraded a bit and the other sides have. So one thing is, which is worth saying, there's two missions on the board on the left. One's Pandoran Structures, which is kill the nest, but we've done that. And the other two are the one that says Cybernetics and Cybernetic Deity, which is this, and this one here, which is Rise by Sin, by Virtue Fall. Now if you try to do those, it's too far, and the same with the other one, which I'll just show you here. You can see the mission thing, but you can't actually move there because it's too far. And actually that's not really usual to happen this early. Usually that happens a bit later, but anyway. So then what you'll need to do is you'll have to activate other bases. There are lots of them. They all look like that. They've got a little locked thing on it, and they're all over the place. There's one up there, this one down there. You'll want to activate the ones nearest you. There's no point in activating one that's really far away, because at some point you may have to defend it and you'll want to use it. So they're a bit like stepping stones, if you want. I would suggest activating at least one while it's not in the mist, because once they get covered by mist, it means they can be, it says there, infestation chance 0. Once the red mist is over them, you can get there and there's already Pandorans there. So to activate a base, you just have to kind of go there.
Mind fraggers. Funny how that.
See, now that, okay. So, annoyingly, while we were going to do that, someone's attacking these. So we have that decision again. Do we want to help them, or do we want to go and continue what we were trying to do? And that happens a lot in this game, especially later on. Just check who we've got with us to make sure they're all okay. Everyone's sort of, yeah. Okay, so it's always a toss-up, because it happens often, especially later. Like I said, it's not easy, not easy, but you have to build another ship to transport people, and you have to have enough people equipped to transport, and we haven't got either, and to do that takes a lot of resources and quite a bit of time. So early on, that mission, I mean, reactivating the base, we can do that anytime. The red mist isn't near there, and if we do this, we'll get some resources. Let's see what we will get. We'll go there and see. We're not very far away from it. So we'll get quite a lot of, and when you activate a base, you'll need resources to activate it and to rebuild anything that's damaged, and there's always some damaged stuff, so that will be very useful. This early on, we shouldn't have too much problem with the Pandorans, and there's no harm in doing goodwill things early on because we've not alienated any of the factions, so we will do that. It wasn't my intention particularly, but we'll just upgrade a few people. This game isn't like I don't know, like XCOM or something, where it's pretty simple to, you can start XCOM and you kind of know, okay, I'm going to attack something, or there's a guerrilla ops mission, and you can kind of work out what you're going to do next. In this game, lots of things happen at the same time. There's ongoing missions you want to do, ongoing missions that will happen and you can decide to do, and I want that one. That's that thing where you poison people. That's very good. We like that. And you'll have to make decisions, and there's sometimes literally multiple things going on at the same time, and sometimes there's 2 havens being attacked, plus there's a mission you want to do, and there's something at the base, and later on your bases can be attacked and you've got to defend the base, save 2 havens, do a mission you want to do anyway. And it, of course, the same each time you get, it's not again like XCOM where you can have endless amounts of people, where you can keep hiring new soldiers. In this, you've got limited amounts, so each time you do a mission, people get injured, and even if you've got quite a lot, you'll never have that bottomless pit of recruits you do in XCOM. So you'll always have people injured, and then you'll have to replenish equipment, so you can't just keep ongoingly doing all the missions even if you had the craft and the people, because they'll get injured and you'll need to get them recover. So we will do this mission because it's come up, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't my intention to do this, but we have upgraded quite a bit since. They'll have upgraded a bit, the Pandorans, and there was no option. So, and I would always recommend early on, get anything you can get. If you get goodwill from the factions, that's great, because you can get tech from them, and it doesn't hurt, because later on they probably won't be giving it to you because a lot of them won't like you. And if you can get resources for saving their havens and food, then that's also good, because you'll need it even when you've got a lot. And as you can see, I've gone down in what I had before. I had a lot of resources. I've got 2,500 resources, and now I've got 800 because I built some armour and I took on some new people. And like I said, if you take on a new base, that's going to be quite a lot of resources, so you'll need them. Again, it's not like, and I keep coming back to XCOM, to me many times near mid to end game, where I've got so much, I don't really care about the intel or the supplies. But in this, you'll never really have too much. There's always something that happens, you have to keep replenishing, there's always new things, loads of bases to activate, and there's loads of things to build. So I would always recommend getting what you can. And as I said, it's always a balance early. You want to arm people, you want to make new armour if you have the resources, because you'll need it. You want to keep making grenades to save you having to make them, but equally you haven't got limited resources, and you can't rely on a haven mission to give you more, because you can't be sure one will come along when you need them, and you can't be sure you'll be successful, especially later in later game, where you may be unsuccessful and you won't get any reward at all. You'll just get shot up. So here we are in a haven. You've seen these before. As I said previously, the most important thing, first you check out where the escape zone is. Sometimes they're near, sometimes they're far. It's over there. Okay, so the first thing to do, if you have no other thing to obviously do, sometimes there's an obvious Pandoran somewhere really blatant, and you know you might as well prepare to kill it, but here there's nothing. So the first thing to do is to free up a couple of civilians, because once you have got a few civilians for the mission objective, actually you've never quite, probably because I've just not bothered, I've never quite checked out what happens the more civilians you save. I guess you get more, you don't get more resources because that's already decided at the beginning of the mission when you try to save them. So I'm not sure what benefit there is to saving more or less civilians, but as long as you save somebody, your mission is successful. So we don't know where the Pandorans are. We know where the civilians are, so we might as well move a few people in. Move our heavies in because they move, as I said, they move really slowly. She's got a shotgun, which is a very good shotgun, but it's short range, so we'll put her somewhere. And the other thing about these missions early on is you can pick up tech from different people that are killed, whether it's the Pandorans or the faction defenders themselves. I'm not sure how many defenders there are here, I've not seen any yet. But you can pick up tech, which can be useful as well. So there's early on there's no reason not to do these, and there's every reason to do them. There were missions later where you literally have to, quite a lot of missions actually, which are literally dependent on attacking one faction or stealing something from one faction or getting tech or rescuing someone from a faction. And sometimes it's even the faction that you've tried to ally with, and there'll be a mission that's really important, not for another faction, just for a mission to get something for yourselves. And it's rescue a scientist from somebody who you've already kind of decided are your friends, or get tech from somebody, or someone's got something hidden in blueprints and it's actually one of the factions you've kind of, or the faction you've allied with, and you've got to go and shoot them up. So the more you can get early on, the better. All these civilians are out in the open, and we're running them all to there because basically there's no possible way that even if they have, and they haven't got anything amazingly shocking early on, this early on, but even if they did, there's no way they can kill all of them because there's too many there. They might kill one if they're out in the open, but so okay, that's everybody. There's the defenders. And sometimes they'll help, not just because they're going to help because they're defending, but also because they'll show you where the Pandorans are, because they weren't near us, but he's obviously shooting at a Pandoran, unless he's shooting at that blue vehicle, which I wouldn't have thought he would be doing. And it's kind of your choice. There's quite a few defenders here actually, that's going to help. It's your choice whether they can be useful. They set little turrets, which are very useful and very annoying if it's against you. And it's your choice whether you want to try and take control of these defenders, if you want to take control of any of them, or you just want to let them do their own thing. As I've said before, sometimes it's useful to control them because not only have you got an extra kind of person, but also you can use them to do things that you wouldn't want your guys to do. So for example, if you want someone to go into a dangerous area or someone to be a decoy, cruel as it might be, you can use them, because if they get killed, it doesn't matter. There's no deficit in the mission if the defenders die, whether they die themselves or you control them when you kill them accidentally. I must admit they're a bit cavalier, the defenders, usually. In all the missions I've ever played in this, they seem to not be too bothered about cover or stealth. They usually just run up and start shooting people. I've seen them run up to the most dangerous Pandorans and stand right next to them and try and shoot. So they are kind of a bit suicidal sometimes, or kamikaze. And if we were using them and we were controlling them, we wouldn't have probably left our people that out in the open. There you go, it's a Pandoran with a grenade. Like I said, it's always probably better to just check on the upgrades when you're playing the actual mission rather than keep tabs on them while they're upgrading and you're in the main game screen, because there's just too many upgrades and changes. So you can kind of tell early on sometimes, especially in early missions, like if it's going to be a really difficult mission. You can be wrong in this, but the amount of defenders can help. The fact that in this game it's obvious that the escape zone was very close and civilians some of them were very close, so that's all helpful. Doesn't mean it will be completely easy because we haven't seen all the Pandorans, but if the civilians weren't near and there were no defenders or one defender and the escape zone was across the other side of the mission map, that would be very bad. But actually that part's sort of sorted itself out, so let's just evacuate everybody. And that's actually probably about the best early result I've ever had, to get 4 civilians in the first kind of move evacuated is really good. I think we're going to take control of him because the other 2 are obviously suicidal already. They've kind of got themselves shot up, the other 2 defenders we've seen. But make sure our person doesn't get shot up. But that defender is still pretty unharmed. Okay. Like I said, we don't want to get them shot up for no reason because they're useful, so that's fine. That one's got 1 point, that's not enough to do anything. Put them there in case something comes through. They won't have enough to do anything because that's their whole movement. Like somebody outside that's got a assault weapon, because there's a heavy out there but they're not very good at quick reactions, or so let's put that one there. She's had her movement, she's had hers. We could go there, but we don't really want 3 people in the same space. So I think we'll put them there in case somebody tries to come through that. That one's had their movement, that one's had their movement. Yeah, okay. Or many times you just have to kind of decide to go somewhere and do it, because if you stand in one place just waiting, they can just end up spending the whole mission standing in one place. And she's got the shotgun thing, which is good, and we'll just leave her there and hope someone comes into range. That's probably everybody. Okay, that's all good. Okay, that's one down. I mean, to a point, obviously you want your people to level up, so if the faction defenders are killing people, your people aren't getting XP for that, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be so amazing that it matters, and it's best to finish the mission. In this game, it's always, the benefit is always to just finish. There's not much benefit to running around, hanging on, killing extra things if you can. I wouldn't ever recommend that, even early on, because you're never really on top. Just when you think, even in an easy mission, you think you're on top and a Pandoran can spawn in from somewhere, or one of them can poison somebody or break someone's arm and they can't. So, and like I said, every time somebody gets injured or they need to recover, that's someone you can't use on the next mission. So Okay, well they've poisoned the faction sniper, but again that could have been worth it. It could have been our person, so that's okay. It's not okay, I mean, poor them. They've gone green with a green cloud, but yeah, reinfected with a virus. Which is why I wanted one of the assaults on that side, because the chance that that heavy, A, will not be able to move quickly enough to do much, or B, they'll miss with their one shot each turn. They just need to miss one time and then that's their whole turn gone, and then someone can come and kill them. They obviously don't like that sniper. About 3 of them or 4 of them have all shot the same person over and over again. So that one's doing that mist cloud thing, which is irritating. So we will do, just to show you, when they do that mist cloud thing, and I think I've said this thing before, what you want to do is throw a grenade in there, throw a fire grenade in, and that'll bring them out quick. And we put an overwatch on it as well. We'd like to kill whatever's in there, so let's see if it comes out and we'll kill it.
Ready to engage.
I'm not sure if we'll get a good shot out of this, but... Oh, okay. Because it was a heavy and moving would have lost their turn anyway, we took a shot and it worked out well, so okay. That's one down. Yeah, we're going to need this one to do something with that because yeah, it's a simple. Those things are simple to kill, especially early on, but not for a heavy, because a heavy always, like, you might see this, they might miss, they might hit, they might actually hit, but the chance that they'll miss with one shot, and then if they're on their own, the chance that then they'll get killed or is not good. So we've got one there. He's had a shot. He's had his shots. Like a appointment with the doctors. We've all had our shots. Yeah, I think we need to be a bit more proactive again. It's still something in that mist. I'm wary of going out there because I don't know what's in there and you don't know how dead it might be or what it's going to do. I like that one being there. Okay, I'm going to move this one round here. Maybe we'll get a shot at that. He might try and come through the window. That one's moved. That one's done theirs. This one has a shotgun which is very short range but very good, so we'll leave them there. I like that. And that's again it. Whatever they do now, that one's gonna die. They're poisoned and they'll probably get shot. But if they do a bit of damage, they do quite a lot of damage. That's good. That Pandoran. It's not a person. It's a Pandoran. That Pandoran died. Probably bleeding damage from a long time ago. He got shot, but okay, it's not the end of the world. They're shooting at something, could be a civilian, could be a faction defender, we don't know. We don't really care. The good thing is that heavy is got good armour, and if it comes to it in a mission like this, if it comes to it in a mission like this, you can always evacuate somebody. If you're unsure whether somebody is going to be okay. Just evacuate them. We'll put that one round there a bit now because we can always move back, but we get a bit of cover. Now, sometimes fire, as in the real world, sometimes fire can be good and sometimes it can be bad. And the problem with fire is that you don't want to run through it yourself because then you'll catch fire, obviously. So I think we'll send that one round there, around the edge of the fire, just in case the fire spreads and then we can't really do anything anyway. And we'll cover that. That one we'll just cover there because there's no point in trying to get out there. He's got another turn, we might as well shoot that again because we might kill it or we might do it a lot of damage. We've done theirs. I keep saying leave that one there, but we will. Overwatch with that one's had their go. That's everybody. Yeah, that sniper died, which we knew, which is very sad. They did a very heroic job of defending the base. They killed at least one Pandoran and they injured others, and they did well. Okay, that's bad. And he's got a disabled head, which that's going to hurt. Hopefully he's got a Nurofen or something with him. Like I said, it's almost someone panicked, I think. Like I said, it's very hard to not get anybody. I think he's going to have to I think he's going to have to use his med kit, because even if he doesn't bleed out, if he gets shot again he'll die, and that's not good. So okay, that's good, that worked out well. Let's see if we can get that one when it comes round there. Again, same.
Nothing will get past me.
I'm going to have to move that one somewhere because I don't think they're going to get a shot from where they are. And I'm guessing there's not that many Pandorans left, so put her on an Overwatch there. And now we're going to have to move that on because that position is not really viable now. I don't think anyone's going to come through there. We've killed all the close-up ones, so that's fine. It's very easy, even when things seem to be kind of going well, and believe it or not, I count this as kind of going well. I keep shooting the same person. It's very easy to end up with someone dead. So we're going to really have to do something because that one's just going to sit there doing annoying things, and now it's not because it's dead. So that's all good. I think we'll have to move this assault round from there. You have to kind of watch what you're doing sometimes in this, because accidentally you can run through fire, because if that's the most direct route, sometimes it will do that. Put them there, because there's something somewhere over here, I think. Somewhere. He's not doing very well at all. But he's not bleeding. So what we'll do with him is we'll just sort of evacuate him. He's not dying, he just doesn't want to die anymore. So if we run him to a place where he can't be shot, that will do. And then it's just a question of moving people in, getting some overwatches. My feeling is there's maybe one more Pandoran somewhere there, because I've seen someone being shot there. That's everybody. Yeah, there's one there, and I think that might be the only one. So, actually what we'll do then is, as I said earlier, when you've got one of these faction defenders, we'll use them to work out where it is. We don't really want anyone else to get shot up for no reason. Definitely don't want anyone to run into the smoke cloud. And we'll just overwatch in case something is around there. I don't really see the point in running that heavy round there, because by the time they get there it will all be over. So when you've got to do this bit of any mission in any game, I suppose, when you've got to kind of track down the last thing, as long as you don't think the thing is some wildly difficult thing to kill, there's no point in sending everybody. It's best just to send the people that move fast. It won't take more than a couple of assaults to kill a Pandoran at this stage of the game. Later on you may need everybody to kill one. It may be a really big dangerous one with 1,000 or more hit points, but now it's not. There's a thing there, which is something somebody dropped, which we will... the virus rifle, that's nice, we'll have that. I know there was a person there that still had all their points, but it was the other heavy, and it was... no point. I think they're panicked, or they don't... yeah, they're panicked, so they won't move anyway, so whatever. So, it's time to move in for the kill without getting killed. Okay, now we know where it is. He's safe. This is that part of the game where you just want to make sure that in killing the last thing, which I assume is the last thing, you don't end up getting someone accidentally killed. We don't care, but we don't care if the Haven defender gets killed, because that's the best option out of one of ours getting killed. He's not going anywhere. She's been a bit shot, and she's one of the ones we've leveled up a lot. She's got 2 classes, so we're going to make sure she doesn't get shot again. I don't really want to use the med kit. She's bleeding 10, so we've got a lot of time. We can try and shoot them with the heavy from there. Not sure that'll help, but okay. It's going to be one of those annoying little... This doesn't always happen like this. You've seen the other missions I've played in Havens, and often they all come down the same line. Sometimes it's easy to kill them all, and this one is going to be one of those ones that tries to run away a lot, which is just irritating. Because what you don't really want to be doing at this stage of the proceedings, of the mission, when there's one left, is just running around after one thing. Because we know we can kill it, and within reason we should be able to kill it without getting killed. But it's just annoying. Because we could all be back at base having a cup of tea. I'm not going to move her anywhere. I'm not going to move him anywhere, so that's it. You might... I was going to say it might evacuate on its own. Yeah, okay, that's a good outcome. As I said many times before, sometimes when you've got one Pandoran left, even if it's not that injured, they'll realise the fruitlessness of their endeavour. There's nobody else helping them. All their colleagues and fellow Pandorans are dead, and they'll just run away. And sometimes that happens early on. You'll get one that you shoot up early and it will evacuate. So that's always a good strategy, because if you shoot something up early on, later on, especially things that are very hard to kill, often they'll evacuate. And as with that one, we didn't have to kill it because it ran away. It was a bit cowardly when you saw the Haven defender, the sniper, and how they defended and died, and that Pandoran just ran away. So, I think that Pandoran needs to go back to Pandoran training camp, courage camp, if they have that. But yeah, that was a kind of intermediately okay result, because we didn't lose anybody, which is good. That's always good. We didn't all get shot up. I think one guy got shot up a bit, but he'll recover. We picked up we picked up a virus rifle, which is good. Again, those things early on, they're not fantastic because we won't have the ammo because we can't make one, but I don't think we can make one. They gave us some tech, we might actually be able to make one, but we don't know where their base is. That's fine. That's all done, and we will run quickly back. There's no point in going on to the next part of the mission, which was to activate one of our bases, because people are injured, and let's just see how injured they are. Not too bad. Okay, so we haven't got any research. It must have run out during that mission, so then we've got all these possibilities of things we can do. Okay, so that's good. We've got the rifle, which we just found, and now we can reverse engineer it. And like I said early on, if you've got things you can reverse engineer, do it, because later on that virus rifle will be like a catapult, like a little thing for kids, because there'll be such an improvement in tech from them and everybody else, including us, that won't be worth having. So if you're gonna do that, do it now when it's useful. Don't wait and do it later, because there's no point. So we'll do that. That's good. And just to finish this off, because we've done quite a lot in this, and we've got enough people, kind of. We'll dump a few at base. We'll take a couple of the fresh ones. I know we've still got injured people, but we just want to go and do that mission to activate the base, so I can show you what I originally wanted to show you. We've got a bit more resources now, so there we are. We're at this base, and it will say activate base, and you can see from the little thing, it's 50 in tech, 300 in resources, which is quite a lot. No food, obviously. I've never found tech a problem. I've never run out of tech in this. I don't know whether you do, but I've never run out of tech. And there you can see it says activate the base. Activate the base. It's activated. That's all good, and we have to repair damaged facilities. And there you go, see, so there's things to repair, and we repair it. It doesn't cost much, but it's more resources. That one's quite a lot of resources, but it's definitely worth repairing some of these things. The medical bay is definitely worth repairing, because it means that if we go past that base and want to come back there, we've got a medical bay. We don't have to come back to our main base to recover. That fabrication plant means we can make more things at the same time, and later it might be worth making another living quarters, because then we can have more recruits. So it's all good. So we've done that. At the moment there's no medical facility there, so we want to come back to main base for now. But yeah, that just shows you. So you just seen, just to do that base, we're back to, I think we got 600 resources from helping the Haven, and we just used virtually all of those in activating one base. And there's a lot of bases, and so you can go through resources very quickly, and food. Tech, not so much, but I'm sure you can. I just never have. Maybe I'm researching the wrong things or doing the wrong things. Anyway, okay, so that's been good. We did another Haven mission, which was much more usual. This one was more usual than the last few we did, which were kind of walkovers, because they kind of just ran into us and we overwatched them and killed them. In this one, it was much more like they normally go, where even early on, where they kill quite a few people, and it's people getting injured and protecting people that have been injured, and so people panic. So it was much more of a normal mission to what the first few were. And we've activated a new base, which means, I'm not sure what it means, that's sometimes hard to tell, but because that base is there, my idea is it means I can get to at least there, and possibly there. We might have to activate another base. You can see there's quite a lot over here to do one of those missions. That's of course if there's no new Haven missions in the meantime. So anyway, thanks for watching. Next time I'm going to do a mission in Watch Dogs Legion, and there's a very specific reason, because I was playing one of my off-game Watch Dogs Legion's games, and off video, and there's a mission called Belly of the Beast, and it's very well known in Watch Dogs Legion. Anyone who's played Watch Dogs Legion or read about the missions will know how difficult that's meant to be. And I thought, well, I've played it tons and I've got through that mission lots of times, but at the beginning, and I don't just mean the beginning, at one point I was stuck in 3 different playthroughs on the same mission, and it is difficult, but it's not once you know what you're doing. And I thought, well, as I'm very familiar with that game, I should do the most notably difficult mission to show people kind of how it can be done, even if you're not great at that kind of mission, and even if you feel like you're stuck, because I literally despaired and thought I'm never going to get past this mission. I think I had 3 playthroughs stuck on the same mission for months, or not months, but maybe a month. So I'm going to do that and show you how it can be done without doing a kind of edited, this is really easy, this is just how you do it. I'm going to go through it, make mistakes, I'm sure, have to try bits again, but I will do it, just to show people that are disheartened, and maybe someone's read that it's impossible to do like I kind of did, and like, oh my god, I can never do it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do next time, and then after that we'll probably come back to Phoenix Point again. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care.